one of the biggest things that we are sold and told is having children is the be all and end all of life.
Okay.
It's the one thing that completes you, makes you a woman. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like from a very young age, especially women, are told and sold the dream that having children is the ultimate goal of life. And it's your, I'm going to say responsibility, your, how else can I put it as well? It's your responsibility.
Do you feel like it's an expectation?
Yeah. It's expected. Society expects you as a woman to be a mother, regardless of what your career goals are, what you want to do, the state of your mental health, like anything that you could say about your experiences in life doesn't matter if you don't have kids. I feel like a lot of people are very judgmental about people's decisions not to have children, and I think there's a real stigma around it of, okay, well, what's wrong with you? That's very selfish, firstly. That's a lot of the responses that we get. And I actually made a list that went really viral last year, which
I did see it.
It's crazy. Like, who would think that everyone would be so interested about reasons why you didn't want to have kids? And a lot of them were satirical. There were funny little stupid off the cuff comments about things that women have gone through, posted about, that I just put on the list. But a lot of the reasons why, the big reasons why, we actually went into in the podcast in our first episode. And we've been through a lot of experiences in life that a lot of people don't go through, sometimes ever in their lives. And I feel like sometimes in life, people's lessons are their children. But for me, the lessons that I learned were not having children. It was going through the suicide of my dad, going through my partner losing his dad, which was a lot like having my dad die again.
Yeah.
We've been through so much together that has taught us the ultimate goal in life is our happiness, our personal happiness. And I truly feel like I was put on this earth to be happy. And I think if kids make you happy, that's amazing. Like, I'm happy for you. I would never say people shouldn't have kids. That's not my role, not what I'm here to do. But I'm a huge advocate for making decisions for your personal health, for your personal mental health and happiness. And if that's having kids, that's great. If it's not having kids, awesome. But making choices for yourself that really fit your life and your goals, and not just living up to people's expectations and what society expects of us. It's like, you just got to do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad you brought this up because I did see the list. It kind of went completely viral. And like, I'll be honest, I'm kind of one of those women who have grown up knowing I want to have kids. I don't have them yet, but it's something I do want to have.
Yeah.
And I completely respect like your position. And I think it's very important to actually have a conversation, because I think there are a lot of women today who are kind of sitting on the fence about it.
Yeah.
And I think without conversations like this, where people actually just share their genuine reasons why, there could be people that just fall into doing things because they think they're expected to or not. And it could go either way, right? They don't have them because they think they're expected to have a career and not do things, or they have them because they think that's what they're supposed to do. For you, what does your personal happiness then, where do you see that coming from, right? If it's not defined through kids, and for you feel like that's kind of a dream we've been sold and told.
Yeah.
How do you kind of define your happiness, or where do you see that kind of coming from in your own life?
I feel like living life in my most authentic way and giving back. Like, I've been a Wildlife Warriors ambassador since 2010. We've done a lot of work with the charity. And I feel like the time that we have, now that we don't have kids and we've decided not to have children, we have so much time to make a real positive impact with other things that we do. So whether that's with charities, giving back, and there's a lot of things that my husband and I do that we don't ever talk about online. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, if you don't post about it, it doesn't happen on social media, but there's a lot of things that we do that I just feel like we don't need to share.
Yeah.
But I think giving back and living my life as my authentic self is a true, I guess, that's my idea of happiness.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. And I think it's great. You've come to a place where you're able to segregate with what's my version of happiness versus maybe what society's version of happiness is. And I don't think this is isolated just to having kids. I think if we zoom out, like I went to law school and I became a lawyer and I had this epiphany one day, like this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a dream I was sold and told, get a stable job, buy a house, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I think when you just zoom out and find your truth in whatever it is, starting a family or any career, like it's really important for you to get back on track with where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting, like even now that I've gotten married and I do want to have kids, like everyone is so invested in asking that question.
Yeah.
And now that I'm kind of in that space and I've got a lot of friends going through it, for some of them it's taking longer. Like it's just quite baffling to me how kind of direct people are with the question and how invested they are. Like I do think I have a little bit more awareness now in the space of just respecting people, like not asking the question, right?
Yeah,
Did you find like a lot of people were asking you all the time? Is that why you felt compelled to make the list?
Yeah. Well, my husband and I have been together for so long and we always knew we wanted to get married. And it's so funny. A lot of people actually, like that was two of the most frequently asked questions.
Marriage,
when
babies.
are you having kids? When are you getting married? And yeah, like I think in the beginning, I was always kind of like, I do want to have kids because that's what you get given baby dolls as a child and a pram as a present from people or your parents or whatever. Like they're the things that you play with. You play with Barbie dolls and all those things. And I feel like it's ingrained in us in such a young age, like this is what you're supposed to do. So yeah, I think I was just so sick of having being asked that question all the time. I would just show people the list. I just went, here, that's why.
Please revert to my bullet points.
Because I'm so sick of justifying it and being met with so much criticism and hate, so much hate. Just, I think it's like just such a huge lack of empathy for other people's circumstances and experiences, to be honest with you.
And no respect for that someone can just have a different position to you, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not all here to have the same experience and have the same thoughts.
Yeah. And I think it's a really funny thing when people say, like when you say you don't want kids, people say you're not a real woman. And I actually think that's genuinely very, very insulting for so many reasons, but mostly for the part of there are so many women out there who can't have children. And I see that being written and I'm like, that doesn't affect me, but I know somebody out there who's reading that, that is gutting to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like it comes from a huge lack of empathy for other people's life experiences because what I've gone through, you haven't gone through.
Exactly.
What you've gone through, I haven't gone through. And those experiences shape who we are as a person and where we want to be and who we want to be in the future.
Yeah.
So I think just approaching that whole question and that topic with sensitivity is so important.
Yeah.
Because it's such a dinner table conversation. It's so normalized these days. It's like, so when are you guys having kids? And it's like, well, yeah, okay, we've actually quietly been doing IVF and it's been failing. You just kind of want to brush it off, but people just, I find, harass you and just keep chipping away. And I feel like that would be so hard for people who genuinely can't have kids. I think just, approaching that whole situation with kindness and empathy and just a little bit more awareness.